talking with
Is
him.
it my turn? Myron, sir. Myron, is it my turn?
Yes, but try not to destroy everyone's ears.
Well, are we going to talk about the thing you brought here for, the slut shaming thing? Are we doing that? I have a question. I can ask a question, right?
Yeah, sure, please.
So you believe in open engagement and debate, the high ideals, right?
Sure, yeah.
So how does bringing a sign saying bring back slut shaming and denying the Holocaust incentivize that?
Call freedom of speech. You don't have to agree.
It's freedom of speech? Yeah, bro, it's freedom of speech. That's why I was calling broccoli hair man like a chud up here. We can say whatever we want, but you have no intellectual capacity or ability. You sit here and clip farm, I guarantee I'll be like, soy boy gets wrecked on college campus. You're not fucking Socrates, buddy. You exist to spread vile filth and make money off it.
Well,
so let's talk about let's debate. Why do you think shaming is a good idea?
he might not even like women, so I'm not sure why he's even arguing this, but that's fine.
What did he say?
That's fine. Anyway, there's many problems.
Hey, you're rapping. You're doing the rap god verse. I couldn't hear a fucking word you said. Could you slow down so I can get your
Anyway,
your take?
The reason why is because women that are promiscuous tend to not be good long-term partners for men. Divorce rates go up, trauma. They're not able to... See, why are these guys over here screaming? You could just get on the mic. It's okay, no problem. No one's going to care. Argue your points instead of, heckling on the side. But yeah, so promiscuous women create a lot of problems. The destruction of the family, they're not able to maintain long-term relationships, pair bonding is cooked, higher divorce rates, can't have children out of wedlock. So many different problems arise from it. And quite frankly, it's a byproduct of feminism. But yes, we need to bring back shaming so that women understand that they have a role in society.
Myron. So this is the thing. You do this little red herring, right? We start with all the problems you're talking about. And I agree insofar as that there can be deleterious effects within a sex culture of not approaching it in a fashion, that promotes humanity. But you're talking about freedom of choice, right? Your whole thing's fucking freedom. And then you shame people and castigate them for practicing their sexual freedoms. If the whole point is freedom, shouldn't we have a marketplace in which people can engage how they wish? What are you doing to accomplish the goal, right, of, we need a healthy family unit in marriage by calling women s***? How does a man who calls a woman a s***, right, raise his daughter in a fashionable way? How does a man who spends time castigating women produce a solid... Yeah. And here's the thing, the little sandal boys, the 10% of the crowd that are getting chubbed up right here, I guarantee that women will not find it attractive that you call them. Women will not find it attractive that you call them. Chuckle up, buddy. Clip farm away.
All right, so here's the thing. Girls can be they want. I just don't want the guys to commit to them because there's a lot of problems when they do that.
We all have the choice to commit who we want to. Why do you have to use intentionally derisive language?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because men take on a significant amount of risk when they commit to a woman within marriage.
And that's their fucking choice.
Well, a lot of the times they don't understand what they're getting themselves into when they get with a whore, and I'll explain why.
Isn't that an issue of intellect and research?
Bro, look. You're the one you asked me a question, I'm trying to explain it to you, okay? So, the reason why I wake guys up to not commit to promiscuous women and make them recreational use only is because if you marry women like this, it's going to destroy your ability to maintain a solid formation of a family because they're not good mothers.
Myron,
okay? Hold on.
Briefly.
This guy doesn't even let me finish what I'm saying.
Seconds interrupted. Can I interject briefly? Or would you like to keep talking? I'm fine with either.
Well, you're the one that asked me the question.
Okay.
I'm answering it.
My question. How do you connect these two things, right? Breakdown of the family unit, these social issues that I agree with you, breakdown of the family unit, other things can be problematic for a society. How is the means to that end being accomplished using the word? That is empirically false. There's nothing to suggest in a research capacity that using the word or deriding women accomplishes your goal. This is what this is. You bring an intentionally derisive, derogatory term, frame it as an open debate, and then you juxtapose and red herring the issue. It's the same thing all of you done.
Dude.
What is the means to the end?
Look, whether I say promiscuous, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. Now, you're getting triggered off the word clearly. So, look, dude, I don't know what to tell you if you're offended by a word or the usage, but the reality is simply this. promiscuous women in general don't make good partners. And if you do go ahead and get with one, it's going to create a lot of problems for you as a man. Now, the reason why this is important, I have to put this out there, is because a lot of guys grow up blue-pilled as like you, for example, and don't understand that are not good long-term partners. So I got to wake guys up and red pill them on this. Like, look, you don't want to commit to a woman like this, because when you get married, what ends up happening is you have to take on significantly more.
You got to let me finish. You got to
let me finish. You got to let me finish, bro. The reason why I tell guys this is because they take on way more risk when they get married. So they need to go into the marriage knowing this is what you're looking at. We're talking about high divorce rates. Alimony being paid mostly to women. Women initiate 80% of divorces. They get the kids most of the time. Men get their lives destroyed by committing to. So I'm waking guys up. Do not commit to promiscuous women for a long-term relationship or try to build a family with one. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, again.
And that's all backed by
divorce
stats
sucks,
and data.
Breakdown of the family unit's wrong. You didn't prove your point.
All right, next person.
Enough? Okay. The free speech count hates free speech.
Wait, hold on. I got to say, are you? Oh, you are? Okay. You might be a Christian. Who knows?
What's good?
Behavior.
So, my question.
What's up, man? How about you come on the mic?
Damn.
Yo, these progressives, they always want to fucking talk shit on the side. Like, bro, what? Like, if you got something to say, come on over to the mic, defend your position, or shut the fuck up. You fucking Charlie, I'm worse. Go ahead, man.
What's up, Myron?
Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk, by the way. The worst thing those losers did was because now you guys are stuck with me. So, what's up, man?
So, what is your definition of a or anything that you said? And have you dated one, or have you been in a relationship with any of them? Looking back.
Yeah, I mean, I've hooked up with a few or whatever. I mean, you know, it is what it is. I'm in Miami, right? So, it's like, you know, Q. So,
definition of one.
So I would say it's not just like them actually outwardly being promiscuous, but it's also like other behaviors, like being an attention whore, wanting to be around other guys all the time, constantly needing validation from other men, putting yourself in precarious situations that might hurt the relationship. All of these are factors that come in.
Okay, that was it.
All right, no worries. All right, man.
All right, you want to go? Yeah.
You'll be fine, though. You're a Chad. You'll be good.
Yes. Hi, Myron. How are you?
Thank you.
How are you, Myron?
What's up, man?
I'm just saying hi. Sorry.
All good. It's all good.
Yeah. So I just want to realistically, let's just talk about it for a second. I know that you stand for freedom, and I absolutely agree with you. I 100% agree with you for freedom. I feel like you're very restrictive on people's actions, though. Do you know what I mean? So
Very what you said?
Restrictive, for shaming and on men's actions. You want them to restrict their actions and women's actions, and I feel like that kind of goes against the ideological of freedom. Do you know what I mean? So I want you to explain that.
Well, let me be clear. We can have fun. I'm just telling the guys, don't commit to these women. That's what I'm saying.
So if they're fun, why should we shame them?
Well, here's the thing. Do have some problems in society, like I was saying before, with the breakdown of the family unit or whatever. And to be honest, we're never really going to be able to stop it. It's been around forever. It's the oldest profession. My thing is more about bringing awareness to this and letting guys understand that just because society accepts her doesn't mean you have to accept her, most importantly, as your wife. Because we have this mantra in America where men are shamed for having standards on women, but women are not shamed for having standards on men. A girl could walk around and say, 6 foot, 100,000 plus a year. He's got to be good looking, good with dogs. His socks got to match. A bunch of stupid shit. Meanwhile, if men say something like, you know what? I don't want to commit to a girl that's promiscuous. Oh, you're a misogynist, blah, blah, blah. So men can't have standards, and I'm trying to bring that back.
Are you married? Is that
No.
your wife? Is that your wife? That's your girlfriend?
One of them.
One of them. Okay, right. So do you shame her?
What was that?
Do you shame her?
Well, here's the thing. She's not.
She's not a whore, so would you not describe yourself as a then if you have multiple girlfriends?
No, I'm the maker.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I am the maker.
You are the maker.
Yeah, men cannot be sluts. We fuck the girls. They become the sluts.
So if you create the would that not make you the problem? If you were creating and then you want to shame said would that not make you the problem of the issue?
No, because you ever play World of Warcraft or any of these games?
I'm not a loser, so no.
All right, okay, fair. So what the thing is, you gotta kill the runts and level up and shit. Yeah, you smash the whore and understand women, and then you go ahead and wife one down the road so you can identify them properly.
I feel like so your understanding of women is coming from but we should shame them because I feel like that would develop a weird understanding of women if the only women you're interacting with are.
Hold on. You're talking really fast. What was that?
Yeah, I apologize. What I'm saying though is if you're only interacting with and then you use that to develop your like idea of women, would that not like develop men to look for? You know what I mean? Like, unless you're using them as like negative examples, I feel like if you're only interacting with and then, for example, you know, you're looking for a wife, you're not gonna know what it's like to have a wife. You're not gonna know what it's like to have a nice woman if like you use those as your framework.
Well, here's the thing. You're not going to be able to identify a wife unless you understand what wife qualities are and what they aren't.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
There's why the famous phrase, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Well, the thing is if you're not able to identify these features that make a girl a hoe and you turn her into a housewife, well, you're going to be cruising for a bruising. So what I'm trying to explain to you is, look, I don't want you to just use my anecdotal evidence, but the research out there, I've spoken to 4,000 plus women. I can quickly tell if a girl is promiscuous or not based on behaviors, how she moves, her friend group, etc., Instagram, social media profiles, all that other stuff. And it's a very important skill set that men need to learn so that they don't commit to these types of women long term.
Okay, and so on that note, I feel like this is a civil conversation we're having. I feel like, don't you feel like by posting like bring back slut shaming and then like, I feel like you're making it more extravagant than it needs to be, you know? Because I feel like you and I are having a normal conversation here, and you're presenting it in a way by using derogative language and things like that. You're presenting it in a way that's like, doesn't open up for civil debate. Like I'm enjoying
We're having
talking.
a civil debate right now, aren't we?
I'm enjoying talking to you, but I feel like
we have like over 100 plus people over here because we got a little bit of the shock value, but then we're able to have
Myron,
a real conversation.
Myron, I think you would be kidding yourself if you think that you are not met with plenty of animosity every time you come here. Or every
This is
time
my
you go,
first time here, actually, not bad.
Moreover, every time you go to college campuses, like you're met with plenty of animosity from plenty of people, myself included.
That's fine, but you haven't been able to beat the debate, so.
You still didn't answer my question. Do you not feel like that's misleading by like putting like really aggressive language and using aggressive language like that?
See, that's
Like,
the
because I
problem
feel
with
like
the
that would not-
generation. Yo,
I feel
see,
like that
this
would
is-
not encourage
hold on,
debate.
Bro, look. I can't control how you feel. If you're offended by words or whatever, then you're just a pussy. I don't know what to say to you, man. Like, the reality is that facts are facts. You might not like the way that the facts are put out, but the thing is sometimes you have to put things out in a certain way where people pay attention so they can have the conversation after the fact. So if you get offended by shaming or calling a woman a whore, calling someone a fag, I don't know what to tell you, man. Only you can control your feelings.
I think we'll agree to disagree on that. I was going to say, like, you said all blacks are criminals. Are you not black?
You said what?
Are you not black? You said all blacks are criminals earlier, like when we sat down. Are you not black?
Well, it depends who's asking. Some blacks say I'm not one of them. Others say I am.
Do you yourself identify as black?
Yeah.
Does that make you a criminal?
No, because I'm speaking in generalities, and higher IQ people can see that.
You're arguing. Okay. By making
Like if I have to make the distinguish, like if I have to distinguish,
by
right?
making
Then I'm speaking generalities. You're just low IQ.
your
Like,
generalizations were framed in the form of a claim. So like I feel like debating that claim is a reasonable thing to do within a set given debate. Like I feel like by
well,
like
clearly not all blacks are criminals, bro. Like, come on, man.
well, yeah, yes, clearly, but whenever
Common
you come
sense
up here
isn't common
and you
anymore, I
use this
guess.
derogatory connotations, it ignites something within people.
All right, next person, man.
Yeah. Thank you for talking to me, Myron. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, guys, I guess I have to put this disclaimer. I thought it was a university. Yes, I speak in generalities a lot of the times. There's always exceptions to the rule. Not all, but many of the times.